Hello and welcome to Holy Ghost Prep Soccer here on the varsity field for Phoenixville versus Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds today. Sorry for the late start to this. We had just gotten everything back up and running. I'm Steven Simon. I got here with me is Vincent. And today we're going to be your commentators for today's game. So far, nothing too bad has happened. We have made a couple of substitutions as well as a few fouls, few out-of-bounds calls, nothing out of the ordinary. As we get continued with another out of bounds there from the goalkeeper for Phoenixville. Pretty clear conditions today, so great day for soccer, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree with that. Should be a great game.
Yeah. And that's going to be out on Phoenixville. It'll be Holy Ghost Prep's ball to field it in.
So Holy Ghost is 2-1-2 on the season so far, and Phoenixville is 0-1. So hopefully Holy Ghost can get another win on the board here today.
So far, so good for Holy Ghost Prep, defending great against Phoenixville. Phoenixville with the ball concurrently out past half pitch, as out of bounds again. That's last going to be touched by Phoenixville, and it'll be Holy Ghost Prep's ball on the throw-in. Thrown in by Sean Fleming, assistant captain. Over to Tommy Walsh. Now back past midfield. Back to from Phoenixville. Header off by Tommy Walsh. Now back to Phoenixville about past midcourt again. Going through, just the ball standing still really where it is. Not much moving around. About the same area to where it is. Phoenixville continuing to keep possession right now. Off by Tommy Walsh for some defending. Goalkeeper has the ball. Kicks it to about mid. Header by Lawson, captain of the team. Now past front, and rushing up the field is Phoenixville. Moving closer and closer towards the goal. Goal shot is kicked and it's out of bounds. No goal.
That was one of the best chances all game. First real main shot. So let's see if more pressure can be applied.
Agreed on to that. No goals yet so far. 34 left in the first half of this soccer game. So we still got plenty of great time and plenty of action here for some amazing goals. Nate Cole for Holy Ghost Prep is our goalkeeper. He'll kick the ball off to after that failed missed goal attempt. About midfield, Adrian Calderon with the ball for Holy Ghost Prep, moving around. Holy Ghost on the defending and onto the attack right now. And that'll be an out of bounds, and it'll be Holy Ghost Prep ball once again.
Let's see if Holy Ghost can get any pressure. They haven't had much or any offense so far, so maybe they can make something happen here.
Ball's thrown in by Holy Ghost, headed off by, again, Tommy Walsh. Shot is up, no good. Ghost maintaining to continue the possession of the ball, moving through into the enemy's territory right now. Passing the ball around, keeping the momentum high, and as Phoenixville is trying to defend their best to try to get it back onto the opposing team's part of the field, so they can potentially get a scoring chance here. Phoenixville now with possession of the ball mostly. Kicks the field, about midfield. Phoenixville now with detention, going through it, continuously moving, defended by Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost trying to defend the shot, another shot's up, and it's a goal by Phoenixville. Phoenixville will take a 1-0 lead at the start of this soccer game with 33 and 9 seconds left in the first half.
Goal there by Ryan Jacobson, senior at Phoenixville.
That was an impressive goal there. Nothing really Holy Ghost Prep could do to defend that, but they've still got a long ways to go in this game. So there's definitely more opportunities to not only get multiple more goals, but also to help and continue to defend. Holy Ghost now with possession of the ball right around midfield. Now I'm switching back over to Phoenixville. Phoenixville doing some impressive attacking right now on the defensive side for Holy Ghost Prep, as Lawson is getting into it with Phoenixville. Captain of the team. Another shot attempt is up, no good. Header by Adrian Calderon, as Holy Ghost Prep is trying to get some sort of a momentum here to get off. Another shot kick off to the head of Adrian. That must have hurt. Phoenixville trying their best. Nothing they can do. Holy Ghost now with the ball. now midfield, as Phoenixville now regains the possession of the ball and is trying to make some momentum here for a goal, as ball stays in, nearly going out here. A great defense from Holy Ghost Prep right now. Nothing to do. Another shot attempts up. It's over the goal. That will be a no goal right now for Phoenixville. Great defending by Holy Ghost Prep.
Holy Ghost is looking a little sloppy here on defense right now. Jack Elling's been able to get past the defense quite a few times now and got some great chances. No goals for him yet, but Holy Ghost needs to step up the defense.
Holy Ghost Prep now with the ball off from Nate Cole's kick, about to midfield, as Phoenixville is going to take it back into their own territory, as attacker Tommy Walsh trying to grab that ball for a potential release to attack onto the goalpost, but nothing they could do there. Now the ball is just back in midfield. A lot of defense playing, a lot of offense playing, as we'll get a out of bounds, and it will be Phoenixville's ball to throw it in here. Phoenixville, with that one goal, they have the momentum at the moment right now with that strong lead, but Holy Ghost Prep has been known to come back from a lot of these 1-0 deficits so far in the game, and with such long time left in the game, I think that's something that they can easily do.
That's some great defense there by Sean Fleming.
Fleming there, number 2, with a great defense, as Nate Cole grabs the ball. Hopefully they can get some momentum here for Holy Ghost Prep, as Nate Cole, that's a punt over to about midfield. Fleming's over there with grabbing the ball. Holy Ghost Prep with the ball right now, about midfield, passing the ball, trying to see what they can do. A lot of defense from Phoenixville. Phoenixville definitely playing very hard. It's going to be a very tough competition on the defensive side for Phoenixville, and it's going to be even tougher for Holy Ghost to continue moving forward the field to get towards that goalpost. It'll be an out of bounds. It'll be Phoenixville ball. Phoenixville continuing to keep the pressure on, as Holy Ghost Prep tries to make a turnaround and get the ball round into Phoenixville territory. Ball is considered to be in the territory. Passes over to Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost keeping the ball where they need it to be, and Fleming's over there passing it, and it'll be out of bounds, and ball will go to Phoenixville.
Phoenixville's maintained a lot of possession in this game so far. Seems like Holy Ghost can't really get the ball past midfield, and they're really struggling with that, so not much offense is coming from that.
Ball is into play again, as Phoenixville is going to be able to kick it out back into about midfield action here. And tight defense by Phoenixville, tight offense by Phoenixville, and we do have a personal foul here. Looks to be on Phoenixville. Difficult to see who it was, but Holy Ghost will get a chance at the ball. I mean, Vincent, how do you feel right now? There's a lot of offense attacking, a lot of defense on both sides of the field. Let me get your thoughts on this.
I think Holy Ghost needs to start having some more pressure on Phoenixville. It seems like Phoenixville's controlled the ball a lot during the game. They've had some great opportunities so far. So Holy Ghost, see if they can do anything here on this kick. Anything can happen.
Ball is now in. Header by Phoenixville. Ball now out of bounds yet again. It will be Holy Ghost Prep's ball.
It looks like we have a guest in the booth up here. Firebird.
Ball's back into play for Holy Ghost Prep. Holy Ghost, now it's on the other side, and the kick attempt by Owen Harahan, not going to be good, as Phoenixville was able to collect that ball at the goalpost to stop a potential goal by the Holy Ghost. Ball's back up, back to midfield. First initial kick from that was from Holy Ghost, and Holy Ghost is moving down the ball, moving through the field, no defenders. And it'll be a goal for Holy Ghost Prep. That is a 1-1 tie game so far with 27 minutes, 40 seconds left. Holy Ghost Prep now getting their first goal of the game. Something to definitely see more of today.
Goal by Johnny Pulaski, a sophomore. He was great last year, and he's starting this year off great as well with a nice goal there. That's what Holy Ghost needed there. They needed a goal to tie back up and get back into this game.
This is something that Holy Ghost definitely would need. It's going to bring their confidence up. And as we see some substitutions here for Phoenixville, number 7 going off the field, that would be Davey Sampaio, and number 1 going in, Carter Sindaro. And ball is now into deep territory for Holy Ghost Prep, as Phoenixville could have the momentum to produce maybe another goal. It was out of bounds for Ghost, and it'll be Phoenixville ball. Liam Lawson with a great kick there, as Holy Ghost is able to collect that ball from a defensive kick, and Holy Ghost is now on a little bit of an offense tear as Phoenixville goalkeeper is able to collect the ball back up again. Phoenixville with the ball, moving it up, still not around half field. Definitely getting the ball past half field is a very easy task, but then getting it past over to the goal, as Phoenixville was trying to get there, not able to. Nate Cole collects his 3rd ball so far off of an offensive attack by Phoenixville, as now the ball going the other direction. Same deal with Phoenixville, except that will be their 2nd so far.
Going back to Nate Cole there, it was him and the Phoenixville attacker, and he got there, he slid in and made a great play for the ball. If he didn't make that play, it could have been a goal, so great play by him.
Great defense by Phoenixville, but Holy Ghost Prep to try to get a chance. No good, as the attempt to go towards the goal is blocked completely by Phoenixville. Ball was out of bounds, was going to be for Holy Ghost, but ball out again. And it looks like it's going to be for Phoenixville now. They'll get the chance to move the ball up the field. So far, the goalkeeper, Willio McCaim, he's been doing a great job for Phoenixville on their side of defending right now. Something that Holy Ghost has also been proven to be able to do, as right now with 25 minutes left, there's a 1-1 goal score right now, as the ball is around midfield, as Holy Ghost and Phoenixville are fighting. It's a one-on-one situation for Holy Ghost and Phoenixville. Great defense by Holy Ghost as they are able to defend the ball. Nate Cole collecting a little bit of a slower kick ball over towards him by the goal, and nothing too heavy onto that side of the field that I can see from.
Both goalies playing great today. They've had quite a few opportunities brought onto them, but they've played really well through them, and even though both goalies have a lot of goal, they've both been playing pretty good so far. So far,
just right now, there's a personal foul. Ryan Jacobson with the foul for Phoenixville, as Holy Ghost will get a nice, able to pass it in just freely without any really much defense today. Ghost with a far long kick. Tommy Walsh with another kick, trying to get to the goal, not able to get to the goal, as Willio McCann is able to just collect the ball up again out of a missed goal attempt. Phoenixville kicked that ball out about 3/4 towards the goal to Holy Ghost, as Holy Ghost is just able to keep collecting the balls straight from onside kicks for Phoenixville, as now the ball is back into deep territory for Phoenixville. Another shot up, no good. That one was from Sean Fleming, it looked like. Interesting shot attempt, I would say. How about you, Vincent? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it just slid off his foot and maybe out of bounds there. It was a good try, but maybe he can get it next time.
Ball looks to be, it's going to be a kick for Phoenixville. Phoenixville will kick that off. Great kick by them. About midfield, another midfield kick. Holy Ghost with the ball now. Now back to about mid, as Phoenixville is trying to defend, trying to go onto the offensive line here, trying to get through for another goal. Again, Nate Cole is going to collect another one. He can add that to his list of catches today, and it'll go over. As well as McMahon, he can also add that one to his list for catches off of kick attempts. Ball at midfield. Holy Ghost and Phoenixville kind of bunched up a little bit. It's a 2-on-1 situation on the defensive for Holy Ghost, as the ball is out of bounds and it's going to be Phoenixville ball.
Now, so far there were 2 early goals, one for each team, but recent past like 10-ish minutes, there hasn't been much offense or even many plays, to be honest. It's been in a neutral zone for a lot of it, so maybe teams can get on the board or get some offensive opportunities.
Right now it's a 2-on-1 situation for Holy Ghost, as Nate Cole again on another shot attempt, missed goal for Phoenixville. That's another one, Nate Cole collecting another one right there, and it'll be a kickoff by Holy Ghost Prep. So far it's going to be, again, 22 minutes left in the first half, 1-1, as Nate Cole kicks it off for Holy Ghost Prep after a failed shot attempt by Phoenixville, and looks to be out of bounds, and ref's going to call it. It's going to be Phoenixville ball.
Looks like we have some substitutions, both sides.
Both sides making substitutions, giving each of their players, some time on the field and some time off the field. How about, would you say? About equal time, I'd say.
Yeah. For Holy Ghost, we have Matt Cole coming on for someone on attack. Can't see from all the way up here. And we have 2 others. I can't seem to see who they are for right now. We'll keep you updated on that.
Header by Holy Ghost, no good. Again, number 80, Willie O. McMahon, is able to collect that off of a potential goal shot there. Very impressive from what he's doing on Phoenixville's side of the pitch. Holy Ghost trying to keep the momentum on their side, as one of the players, Matt Cole, looked like just went down, but able to keep his footing on there, and unfortunately wasn't able to keep the ball on to the other side of the pitch, as Phoenixville now with the ball clearly onto the attack from the neutral zone onto it. Ball kicked up, header by Phoenixville, as we do have Phoenixville ball now. Phoenixville trying to make an attack, and Matt Cole again able to collect the ball off.
Looks like Jacob Sanlaki just kind of slide tackled into one of the players. Phoenixville wanted a call, but I don't think they'll be granted it. Or potentially they will be. Let's see what the ref does here.
Was a brief stoppage on the play. There was a personal foul, looked to be on Holy Ghost, due to that slide tackle by Jacob. And actually it might not be on Holy Ghost. It might actually be it's actually on Phoenixville. They were initially given the foul called, and Nate Cole will kick it off once again.
Also, I got the substitution names for you guys. We got Egan Rupersberger coming in on the attack, also with Daniel Solito.
A lot of seniors right now on the field for Holy Ghost Prep, as action comes back in with Holy Ghost Prep ball onto the other side of the neutral zone, as we are getting some action in here. Holy Ghost with the ball, 3-on-1 defense right now for Holy Ghost, as it looks like Dan Salia sprinting down the pitch just to try to get the ball. A lot of hustle from Holy Ghost Prep, so something that they definitely need to have if they want to potentially try to get another win in their belts for the season.
The hustle's been good today. They've been playing really hard, you can tell out there, but they need to get some more offensive pressure on. They need to start getting some better clears and making some better passes to not get intercepted.
Phoenix still has possession of the ball right now, going up through the fields. Kick attempt on, saved by Nate Cole. Another goal shot saved by Nate Cole. Another very impressive save from him. Was down a little bit, looked to be potentially a little hurt, but he's back on his feet, so hopefully nothing too serious.
What I'm seeing from there is he had it hit off his face and then went out of bounds. He looked a little disappointed, but also a bit shaken up, so hopefully he's all good.
We're going to a side kick here, corner kick actually, for Phoenixville, so they're going to try to maybe produce something there. Kick is up. Nothing from that kick, just went onto the ground. It'll be out of bounds, and ball will head for Holy Ghost.
That could have been some danger there. It looked like Nate Cole was trying to attempt to jump up, but lost sight of the ball. He wasn't really in the a good position to try and save it. Phoenixville member got the ball or header off there. They could have had an easy goal right there.
Holy Ghost Prep on the throw-in here after that. Header by Phoenixville. And now back to Holy Ghost. Ball staying around midfield. Now it's in midfield. It's been for most of the game today. It's been where it's been around. Phoenixville just kicking it out. Actually, it'll be out on a Holy Ghost Prep. Most likely out on Sean Fleming or Jacob. So hopefully it was none of them. And ball is now out again. Phoenixville ball here. 17 minutes left in the first half, but so far 1-1 goals if you're just joining in. It's Holy Ghost Prep ball on their side right now, as Phoenixville again is able to get another possession off by Brendan Lawson. Throw in successful for Holy Ghost, actually, not for Phoenixville. They won't cash in on one of those, as Holy Ghost is now bringing the ball onto the other side for try to get a goal. Nothing so far, out of bounds actually, and there is what it looks to be a potential personal foul on Phoenixville.
It looked like Johnny Pulaski went down there. I don't know if they're going to call anything here, but if there is something, looks like there potentially could be. This is a good chance for Holy Ghost to get on the board and take the lead.
I do agree with you there, Vincent. Looked to be a foul. I don't think they're going to call it a foul, but Holy Ghost will get the possession of the ball. So something for them to look forward to and to try to go into the attack here to get a goal.
Looks like Aaron Roth's going to have the kick here.
Another senior here, Aaron Roth, one of the assistant captains, and that after that kick, no attempt there. McMahon, number 80, he'll catch that up again. Phoenixville kicks it off now here on about midfield. Phoenixville 2-on-1 situation. They're getting defended by two Holy Ghost Prep defenders, and the ball is going to be out of bounds, and it will be Phoenixville ball. So far, nothing to contest at the moment, as Phoenixville will kick it out again and will remain with possession so far in this ball game.
Yeah, we haven't had much action here in the past couple of minutes. It's pretty much a dead past 15-ish minutes, so maybe something could happen.
Holy Ghost with a huge kick by Aaron Roth to about midfield, where Matt Cole was able to try to salvage something of it. Not much he could have done, as Phoenixville is able to now hit the ball and try to make something what they can. It looked like Phoenixville kind of just tried to pass it to one of the Holy Ghost Prep players, and the ball will be now on defending territory for Phoenixville, as we're looking in, as another goal attempt is caught by number 80. He'll get another one there, cash that one in, and he makes another save.
I don't think that's the kind of shot that Johnny wanted to get off there. If he could have got a little more power on that, maybe put a little leverage on it, he could have had himself a goal there.
Holy Ghost ball out of bounds on Holy Ghost, as Phoenixville will get the ball now. Holy Ghost will get the ball and will try to salvage what they can. Not much action. A lot of just same little area around midfield, a little bit on each of the team's sides of the pitch, as Holy Ghost is now trying to make the offensive onto the attack. They're pushing now. They have the momentum here. They're on Phoenixville's side right now, and ball will be out. It will be Holy Ghost, as they will get yet another attempt at passing the ball in to potentially try to score a goal. Holy Ghost ready to pass it in. Pass is in and is out. Immediately in and out, and it will be Phoenixville ball. Vincent, how do you feel? You know, a lot of out of bounds. You know, normally how it is in the soccer game, but a lot of just they're throwing it in a little sloppy just because going straight back out.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was really getting on the tape of any other person. So if they can start finding each other, maybe like get some nice head balls or something could happen here. Anything can happen. Once you get a throw in, offensive side, there's a great chance you can have a goal. So if they can just try and get a little more cleaner with the passes, then they can win this game, to be honest.
Holy Ghost Prep ball in one-on-one defending here by Phoenixville. Phoenixville now bringing another defender onto the plate for a 2-on-1 defense. Holy Ghost trying to keep the momentum here with on the pitch. Ball is now back around midfield. And now goalie yet again scoops up the ball once more for Phoenixville. It's yet another one he can put into the pot. As it looks like it's going to be a long kick for Phoenixville. Ball is up at midfield. 2-on-1 for Phoenixville. They're getting pressured by Holy Ghost now. The defenders are going to go onto them as we're still around midfield. 1-on-1 situation. Passes over to number 7 for Phoenixville. Another shot attempt is up. No good. Went a little corner, went around straight as it's out of bounds by Holy Ghost. And it'll be Phoenixville ball. Substitution is in for Phoenixville. They'll be subbing one of their players in and one of their players out.
Holy Ghost has really turned the page. They've got some great offensive opportunities, a couple shots on goal. Looks like Phoenixville now has a chance here. Let's see what they can do.
Ball is up. Nate Cole scoops it back up. That's another save and scoop up by Nate Cole. He'll kick it real far back into the deep territory as it's going to be out and will be Phoenixville ball. They'll be able to pass the ball in. Phoenixville getting a lot of lucky opportunities off of head kicks from Nate Cole as we have another stoppage on the field. So 11 minutes left. 1-1 still here, tie game as we are getting close to the near ending of the first half of this soccer game. No lead changes after Holy Ghost Prep's goal that they were able to get around the 30-minute mark. And Liam Lawson kicks it in for Holy Ghost. Header up by Phoenixville and then back to Ghost. And then Ghost trying to keep it onto their own field. Not going to be able to keep it as Phoenixville kicks it out. And we get 4 new substitutions, 2 for Phoenixville and 2 for Holy Ghost Prep. Killian Berkery coming in as well as Adrian Calderon. They'll be coming into the soccer game for Holy Ghost Prep.
Fleming and Egan Ruppersberger. Sean Fleming's been playing great defense today and also great offense. Even though he plays defense, he's very good in transition to get the ball up on the offense really quickly.
Phoenixville with the ball now. Passing it back to their defenders, now moving it, trying to back up to the midfielders as Holy Ghost Prep is now playing their side of defense to stop Phoenixville. Phoenixville with the ball now, passing it up, kicked by Mason Deanna. He'll have full access to that ball soon as Holy Ghost is now ready to start working on their transition onto the offense for a goal transition. Kicked off by Fleming to a Phoenixville player. Don't know who, and Holy Ghost Prep will continue to keep the possession of the ball. Adrian Calderon right now with it, and just kick after kick from each other. It's a 3-on-1 now for Phoenixville. Phoenixville tries it, no good. Off the back of the safety nets for the ball on the field, and they'll have another failed attempt at making another goal.
Holy Ghost is lucky there. It looked like there could have been a foul called on Aaron Roth there. He was grabbing a bit at the Phoenixville attacker. That could have ended up to a penalty kick, which would have not been good for Holy Ghost Prep.
Nate Cole at it again. Another deep kick to about midfield. Holy Ghost will grab it at the moment. Matt Cole now with it. Moving it up. Moving through. Another Holy Ghost guy has it. Kicks up, no good. Another failed kick attempt by, it looked like Dan Salia. No good. And Phoenixville will now have ball control and potentially get prepared. As now we have a side kick, corner kick for Holy Ghost. Guess the last second there was out by Phoenixville.
Yeah,
So
this is a great opportunity for Holy Ghost. Johnny, kick it in here. See if they can do something.
ball is up and now down. Phoenixville has it. Back out to mid. Liam Lawson has it. As Phoenixville now kind of trying to get a regain, as there is a personal foul on Holy Ghost, and Phoenixville will now take possession of the ball. 7 minutes 40 seconds left in the first half. Now still 1-1 tied. Phoenixville with possession right now of the ball, moving it up the field. Him and Killian Berkery fighting it over for the ball. Holy Ghost now. It's a one-on-one situation. Kick is up. No good. Phoenixville is able to get it out of their goal zone. As Holy Ghost now trying again on the momentum to push it into potential for another goal. As ball is out, and it'll be Holy Ghost Prep ball. 3 new substitutes for Holy Ghost Prep are coming in. And Holy Ghost will now have their own presented opportunity at passing the ball in for themselves.
Looks like Tommy Walsh is coming into the game, along with 2 others. We'll get back to you on that.
Phoenixville with a big kick up towards 3/4 inch way onto the pitch, as a little bit of stop and go action for Phoenixville. The 4-on-1 situation right now for them, as Ghost is able to keep the pressure on Phoenixville right now. About midfield with the ball. Number 12 over to number 2, and Nicole again will scoop up another ball for himself to put into contention for a turnaround here for Holy Ghost Prep. Kicks up, headed by 21 on Phoenixville, and we're going to have an out-of-bounds call. And that will be a Holy Ghost Prep's ball. It'll be out on Phoenixville.
Looks like the other substitutions are Jack Walsh and Eden McKenna, both playing attack here. And it also looks like Mason Deanna's going to come off here real quick for Jacob Samako.
Ball's in for Ghost. Ghost keeping the possession onto the other side of the field right now. Walsh over to Calderon. Calderon, a lot of footwork there over to Killian Berkery. Now passed over to, looks to be Jaden Torres. Moving it, Walsh moving the ball. Trying his best to keep possession of it right now. Nothing so far, as ball is now around mid for Ghost. Ghost will have it. 2-on-2. Now 1-on-1. As kicks up for Phoenixville. And it'll be an out of bounds for Phoenixville, as Holy Ghost will get possession of the ball.
5 minutes left in this first half. Still dead even at 1. Also looks like Lawson's going to come off for Holy Ghost for freshman Joel Guerrero. Only freshman on the varsity soccer team this year.
Adrian Calderon passing the ball into right now, headed by Tommy Walsh, assistant captain for the team, as number 80, yet again, Willie O. McMahon is able to collect another one of those soccer balls there. Vincent, how do you feel, the goalies right now? Wouldn't you say so far this half that I'd say they'd be MVP of the game,
I mean, at this point, yeah, I'd have to agree with that. O. Meacham has had more opportunities shot at him during the game, and he's definitely delivered. But in Nate Cole's time, where he's had shots based on him, he's been brilliant too. So far, this is a goalie matchup this game.
Phoenixville with possession of the ball right now, around midfield. Still keeping it close here together. It's going to be a 1-on-2 passed over to Phoenixville, and Ghost able to kick it out away, as mainly just Phoenixville players onto their side. Now the defense is coming up for Holy Ghost, as Phoenixville is now deciding to pass it around to keep Ghost from getting it. Midfield, number 27 for Holy Ghost had it, then didn't have it. Passed over to number 10 for Phoenixville, and then passing it back to number 7. Moving it up now into danger zone, as number 21 kicks it out of the way for Holy Ghost to try to save a potential goal there for Phoenixville.
Yeah, Phoenixville, after allowing that goal, looking to try and get a goal here because, you know, they need to take the lead here at some point.
Holy Ghost prep almost lost the goal there. Now midfield, Tommy Walsh with it onto the defense, headed by Calderon. Ball's moving up, almost out. Adrian getting another kick there, as Phoenixville was almost uncontested for that ball before it landed, and then Holy Ghost was able to just swoop in and be able to defend it, as Holy Ghost making a run for it now. About a 1-on-2 situation. Both players down. One's still down, as there's a stoppage on the field.
Looks like that'll be a foul on Holy Ghost. Didn't completely look like a foul from here, but ref has his reasoning.
Looked to be player that was down is now back up on his feet, able to walk it off. It looks like, so that's always great to see. You know, no injuries are happy to see on the field. You know, wouldn't you agree, Vincent?
Yeah, either team. You know, we're enjoying the soccer. It's competitive, but we always want everyone to be safe. You know, so it's the love of the game. You know, keeping everyone safe and having a great time while still being competitive.
Phoenixville kicks it off, and around 3/4 to Holy Ghost pitch, moving the ball, keeping the momentum up for Phoenixville. Holy Ghost will grab it, kick it, now at midfield, trying to turn this around. They'll start moving it up, passing it over one by one. Far kick up. Holy Ghost couldn't collect that, and Phoenixville will now have it.
If Holy Ghost wants to go, they need to do it fast. There's only a minute remaining in the half. They'll need to get something going.
Phoenixville now with it. Again, under a minute left in the first half. 1-1 right now. As looked like really close to be a handball there. As stoppage on the field. It's going to be a Holy Ghost prep ball.
Yeah, it looks like a player, Simon Lange, was playing it on the ground, which is not allowed, and Holy Ghost was upset with that. They did get the foul call, so they have 30 seconds left. Let's see what they can get done here.
30 seconds left in the first half. Aaron Roth on the field. He'll be the one most likely to kick that kick. He'll hit it up. Holy Ghost trying to, and it'll be immediate catch by McMahon yet again, as they will have under 20 now to try to produce a goal, or at least something to end this half out of Holy Ghost prep soccer. Kick has been up about midfield. Looks to be a little bit of stalling from both teams, just trying to not let the other team get the ball at the moment. Whip it up, and that'll be half. Kick won't go. And so far through Holy Ghost prep soccer, it's going to be a 1-1 tie right now as we move into the halftime. And for this broadcast, we'll see you guys back right after the half. Hello and welcome back to Holy Ghost Prep Soccer here at the Dwayne Athletic Center. Today, Holy Ghost Prep is taking on the Phoenixville Phantoms today. It's a 1-1 score right now as we enter the second half, as we prepare for that. New goalie coming in was originally Nate Cole, number 99. Now it's Jack Pollock, number 1. So that's going to be a little bit of a different matchup for both teams. Vincent, how do you feel, after the first half and what's going on now?
Yeah, goalies really shined in the first half, and I mean, I'm interested to see what Jack Pollock can do. Let's hope he can keep up how good Nate played, but should be an entertaining second half. Pretty quiet and even through the first, so maybe we can get something exciting going on here.
Ball is now back into play here for Holy Ghost Prep and Phoenixville. First save by Jack Pollock is in the books. Pollock looking like he knows what he's doing right now, as shot attempt by Phoenixville was unsuccessful. Kicks up by Pollock about midfield and out of bounds, and now Phoenixville's ball after that. Phoenixville trying to come off of a great first half by them. An early goal to put them in the lead, and then great defense by both them and their goalie number 80, McMahon. Ball's back onto the floor. Phoenixville has it. Kick shot is up. Pollock, another save attempt. That one was a little dicey. Couldn't really catch it. Went onto the ground, but he was able to save it nonetheless. He'll kick it up. Far kick for him, headed by Tommy Walsh, and now Phoenixville and Holy Ghost scrapping it away for possession of the ball right now.
See, an example there that just happened was basically could sum up the entire game for the Firebirds. Tommy Walsh had it, and it kind of got intercepted, and it just lost the ball immediately after having possession. That's been their problem. It's happened numerous times today. And if they can just get the ball, maybe apply some offense, it could be a different score right now.
Right now, goal attempt by Holy Ghost, unsuccessful, and Phoenixville will get the kickoff for them. Ball is down onto free force for Phoenixville now. They're going to put the momentum and the pressure on, going in through. A little bit of a fake shot, try to get it up, no good, and out of bounds. Will be Phoenixville ball at the pass.
Yeah, questionable no call there. It looks like Mason Deanna went down. Totally should have been a foul. Nothing called, and that could have been a scoring opportunity for Phoenixville. So Firebirds are lucky that they did not score.
Phoenixville with the ball now. They get the opportunity to pass back in. Pass was deflected by Ghost, which was a great play for them. If they weren't able to get that, there would have been a potential goal possibility there for Phoenixville, but nonetheless, nothing of that. Again, ball's out to be on Ghost, and Phoenixville will get another possession chance there, so they'll be able to throw it back in.
Holy Ghost defense started off a little choppy to start the game with an early goal by Phoenixville, but they've really locked in here and have applied pressure to the offense of Phoenixville.
Corner kick here for Phoenixville. Wasn't going to be a passing, then it decided to be a corner kick. About lining up the shot now. Kicks in, and looked to be an attempt for a goal. No good so far. Ball was out of bounds, and it will go to Holy Ghost Prep. They'll get the possession and another chance as the kick's up by Pollock. Very short kick there. Didn't even make it to half pitch. As Phoenixville's going to kick it back to friendly territory and some of their friends on the field for their players, as now it's just back and forth, one kick after the other, as Ghost now will have the possession onto their previous home field part last half, and goalie will be able to kick that ball up, but Holy Ghost will still keep it, and Phoenixville now kicking it back into the out, and it will be Holy Ghost Prep's ball for themselves.
Who's really impressed me so far this game? It's been Brian Lawson. I know he's dealing with a bit of a lingering injury right now, but he's been able to get so many clears this game and great touches on the ball. It's been really impressive to watch.
Ball is back into play. Holy Ghost has it now. Looks like a foul. No call for them, as Phoenixville will get a no call there, no foul, no nothing, and it'll be an out of bounds, and Phoenixville will have it. Phoenixville keeping the momentum high, running through there. pass is up. Number 7, number 2 for both the respective teams doing what they can, as we have an offsides here. Looks to be on Holy Ghost.
Yeah, it's a shame. Holy Ghost did have an offensive almost opportunity there, but no call on a push from Phoenixville onto Vincent Zambarelli caused a turnover for Holy Ghost Prep, so no goal there.
Phoenixville will have the opportunity for a free kick here. They'll kick it up. Headed by Ghost, so they'll be able to save that, but it's still on their home territory. Not much they can really do unless they can get away or get their goalie to get something. Another kick's up, another header is up, as Phoenixville is continuously defending to keep their position alive here on their side, onto Ghost's side of the field, as we continue to get this second half underway with 34 minutes remaining, as it just started if you're just coming in now. As ball's now back onto Phoenixville's side. Holy Ghost with multiple opportunities, shot attempts up, blocked by number 80. Another block attempt by 42 to kind of just continue the defense there, as ball is lost and it will be Phoenixville ball. Another save by McMahon. That's what, his 10th save so far in the game.
Yeah, he's had quite a few today. It's been a real impressive outing by him.
Phoenixville will get another chance to pass the ball in, try to make something of what they can do after that shot attempt. As there is a out of bounds, it looks like going to be on for Phoenixville, and Ghost will pass it back in, and then be out again on Phoenixville to get another chance to pass it in. So Holy Ghost passes in. Not much they could do from there. Ball is just on the ground, as Holy Ghost looks like Holy Ghost getting another kick attempt, another save attempt. They're just scrapping it away right now on Phoenixville's side, as ball goes out of bounds. Looks to be Holy Ghost prep ball.
Yeah, it was a good chance there by Holy Ghost. They couldn't get the shot they want on net, but it was really close because, I mean, for a sequence there, they just kept hitting it off each other, and if one of them could have gotten away, maybe they could have had a really good opportunity for a goal.
Corner kick here. Brendan Lawson is going to take that. Kick is up, as Ghost is able to continue and keep that possession of the ball. Ghost trying to do what they can, as there is a personal, as it's going to be a handball on number 27 for Holy Ghost, and Phoenixville will get the ball. Owen Harahan with a handball. You don't see many of those in soccer, due to you can't even touch the ball with the hands.
I don't really think that was his fault necessarily, because he was pushed to the ground, so he couldn't do really much. He had to catch himself. So
another call for a stoppage in play right now by the refs. Holy Ghost will have the ball. There was looked like to be a foul called on Phoenixville. Looked to be number 10, pushing one of Ghost's players just around, off the original kick attempt. Ball's back into play, going deep into Ghost territory. One-on-one with Phoenixville. Shot attempt is up, and it's no good, as it goes out of bounds. Nothing that Phoenixville could do at the moment.
That was really scary there. The Phoenixville player, Ryan O'Neill, was basically one-on-one with Aaron Roth there. Aaron Roth played great defense there to eliminate the threat. So, Holy Ghost is still within the game.
It's a 1-1 still, 31 minutes left in the second half as we continue to get underway here with some Holy Ghost prep soccer. Holy Ghost will have the chance to try to turn things around now, as they'll get their own kick on their own turf. Kick is up. About midfield, they got to. Headed by number 25 on Phoenixville. That looked to be Chris Harf. That's about his third, I'd say, that he's been able to head the ball. It's very impressive from him so far. Holy Ghost on the defense, now trying to move to an offense, as Phoenixville is continuing to just keep the defense on them, as there's not much that anything that Phoenixville is doing is really working for them at the moment, as we do get a call We do get a call by the refs. Looks to be on Phoenixville, and Holy Ghost will get another opportunity here.
Yeah, there's been some good chances for each side. Once again, goalies have been terrific, but a lot of neutral play around in the neutral zone, so maybe something can happen here for Holy Ghost.
A lot of defending and a lot of offense played so far this game. Some impressive works from both sides of both teams. Kicks up by Aaron Roth. Failed heading attempt by Tommy Walsh, as he'll get a reach chance there. They get the ball. Phoenixville now back with the ball. Kicks it back up. Back to Ghost territory. Now back to midfield. As ball's moved up by Deanna. He's trying to move it up. Then Chris Harf now moving the ball, trying to get through. Slide attempt by Ghost worked. Now they're able to move the ball up onto the other side of the field right now. As it's a little bit of situation. Kicks in,
goal.
And it's a goal by Tommy Walsh. He'll get Holy Ghost's second goal for the game with 29 minutes and 22 seconds left. Holy Ghost will take the lead 2-1 in this soccer game.
Yeah, pass there from his brother, blindly kind of centering it, hoping to get a redirect into the goal, and that is what he does. Tommy Walsh, some brother action there, gets Holy Ghost the lead.
Amazing plays by Holy Ghost now. They taking the momentum of the game now. That's a great goal for Holy Ghost. That's something that they're definitely going to need to continue to defend and try to get another one if they can. But great work for Tommy Walsh there for his first goal of the game. Phoenixville has a lot to do so far, as kickoff by number 10 for Phoenixville, Jack Illig, just kicks it straight out of bounds. Phoenixville now trying to do something they can. A little bit of lost momentum for them, I'd say, so far, as back into deep territory for Phoenix, the Phoenix Phantoms, as they call themselves now, as Holy Ghost will get another opportunity. They're real deep into court, as they are now playing some more offense, a little bit more confidence into them. Really close in, and ball goes over the safety net. No good. And Phoenix will get the ball with 28 left remaining.
That goal by Tommy Walsh seems to really has just rejuvenated the spirits of the Firebirds here. You know, great opportunity that could have been a goal there. You know, I'd like to see what happens for the rest of the game with these Firebirds.
Ghost with the momentum of the ball right now, as Phoenixville is bringing it down the field. Phoenixville lost. It looks like they're just losing confidence right now. Not much they can do, but there's still plenty of time left to get another goal, tie things up, bring it into overtime. They still have it. There's, they're not gone just yet, as there is a personal foul. It looks like it's going to be on number 2 for Holy Ghost. That is on Sean Fleming for a slide tackle, it looked to be. So Phoenixville will get another attempt here.
Yeah, this is the real first big opportunity that Phoenixville's had all game, because they've had that one play where Ryan O'Neal had a one-on-one with Aaron Roth, but that was quickly shut down. So maybe they can get back in the game here. Hopefully not for the Firebirds, though.
Phoenixville with an attempt with a free kick here. Kick is up, and kick is good for Phoenixville. Phoenixville will get their second goal mere minutes after Holy Ghost's own Tommy Walsh gets a goal. Tie game 2-2 yet again. Another tie game, so Holy Ghost will have to do something to now come back from a missed opportunity for a defense on the goal.
Yeah, it looks like Phoenixville just slipped in behind Jack Pollock and was able to get an easy header. No real contestation for Pollock to really get a save there.
Multiple substitutions now on the field. Look to be 5 different players from Holy Ghost are coming on the field now. Coming off the field, 5 players respectively, as action comes back onto the pitch. Brendan Lawson leading them off, captain of the team, with Killian Berkery passing up and down the field. Moving through Phoenixville with the ball now. Ghost now back to the ball and out of bounds. That's going to be Holy Ghost Prep's ball.
Looks like Killian Berkeley, Blaze Paul, and Dan Saliha came into the game after that substitution.
Ball is up, headed off by Mason Deanna. Looked to be a rough one there, as Holy Ghost is going to kick the ball out of bounds, and it will be Phoenixville ball.
Seems like after the Phoenixville goal, it just really deflated the Firebirds after they were really on an aggressive surge of offense. Now they seem to be a little mild and not as aggressive as they were.
Phoenixville passes the ball in, 2-on-1 situation for them, as Holy Ghost now gets the ball back, and they could immediately kick it out as Phoenixville get another opportunity to throw the ball in. Number 25 will be throwing Chris Harp yet again. He gets to throw it in, and again out of bounds, this time on the Phantoms, as the Firebirds will now get the opportunity to move this ball through the field. A lot of lost confidence, a lot of confidence to gain now for both teams, to lose and gain. Mainly Ghost needs to see what they can do to continue the game on, as we got another stoppage on the field for looks to be for them, as there's a lot of confusion, I'd say, Sir Vincent, on the field.
Definitely. I thought the foul was going to be on Matt Cole. He looked like he did push the Phoenixville midfielder there, but turns out Holy Ghost to have the ball. They tried to start pretty fast to catch the defense off guard, but refs blew it down fast.
Free kick by Aaron Roth here. He'll kick it up and headed and defended, and then the headed up and no good. That header way too high, not enough power, as they'll get another failed missed attempt goal, as there is a substitution on the field for the Phoenixville Phantoms.
Yeah, it looks like Johnny Pulaski put a little too much power on that.
Phoenixville will get yet again another time possession on the ball here for the field, as kick is up around midfield. Holy Ghost will try to defend as best as they can here now. Phoenixville keeping it between their own players, passing it around here, just try to catch Holy Ghost off guard. Not going to work, as Dan Lee is able to kind of defend that pretty well. Moving up, hustling through it to try to grab the ball off him and catch him off guard. Not going to work for Phoenixville, as they're going to continue to just pass it around between them, see what they can do, and see if they can get an opening here to maybe get another goal. Kick high is up, very high there for Phoenixville, as intended to most likely go to another one of their players. Does successfully work, and Phoenixville is now moving towards another goal or to catch the other team off guard. Holy Ghost prep now with the ball, and there is a personal foul on Holy Ghost, and Phoenixville will have another chance after that failed chance. Phoenixville moving the ball high up. Holy Ghost now able to defend it, and ball is out of bounds, and we got a player down right now for Phoenixville, number 6 for Phoenix. That's Simon Lang. He was down, but he's back up, and looks to be okay, so that's something good, as we have another out of bounds call, and that'll be for Phoenixville now.
So far, the first half is the second half has kind of mirrored the first half by a quick few early goals for each side, but then a lot of neutral play and not a lot of great opportunities.
Holy Ghost defending now, as they went from defending, now they're going on to offense. Dan Lee trying to take the charge. Moving fast as he can over to Matt Cole. Matt Cole now moving the ball. 1-on-2 situation. Tries to get it. Greatly defended, as now Holy Ghost has a little bit of an open opportunity now onto a 1-on-2 situation. Another saved kick. Out of bounds. It'll be Holy Ghost ball. Holy Ghost has the opportunity to present and pass the ball in now for a chance to get the score on, as Simon Lang hops off the field, looks to be a little injured, so hopefully he's all right there. So substitution in for Simon Lang on Phoenixville. Ball is now back up. Matt Cole had it, then lost it, as Killian Burkery now looks to be kicking it up, passing the rounds. Lawson down, Lawson back up. Now Phoenixville has their own opportunity to get the ball up. No good. Holy Ghost retains possession and is now trying to move and see what they can do about that.
On the previous rush when Matt Cole was going up, it looked like he wanted to be unselfish and pass the ball to the cutting attacker. But honestly, I think he probably should have shot. He had a clear line of the goal and maybe could have got on the board for the Firebirds.
Holy Ghost now doing anything they can to keep the ball on the onto the enemy side of the field right now. Nothing really they can do. They're able to keep it on the field, not too much, as it looks like Phoenixville going to get ball possession yet again, and they'll be able to continue it as Phoenix moving it up. It's a 1-on-2 situation for number 5. Loses the ball, and Holy Ghost Prep getting it back. He's playing great defense, number 5 and number 3, as Phoenixville is trying to make a charge here now onto the other side of the court. Ball is up. Ball is out. It'll be Phoenixville with ball. Ball was way too high to try to stay into that field. So far, so good for Holy Ghost. Still a tie game, 20 minutes left in the second half. Holy Ghost is trying to make something as they could if they can get it up. No good. Now ball is still on their side of the field, so they're going to have to play some great defense now, as Phoenixville is moving around, getting through the defenders. And now it's back to midfield. Strong push by Holy Ghost. Matt Cole trying to get to the ball. No good. Number 80, McMahon's able to get the ball back to Phoenixville. Phoenixville back midfield, trying to do whatever they can to defend. Number 25 kicks it up. Now back to Holy Ghost. Undefended by Adrian Calderon. Is able to pass the ball over to Liam to Lawson here, as it's just back and forth from Phoenixville and Holy Ghost. Headers up by Phoenixville, and now Holy Ghost has a good opportunity one-on-one, as there was a slide, no good. Holy Ghost trying to do something as they can right now. Kicks back up, back to Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost not able to produce a goal off of that, or even a shot attempt. They were just blocked off that about immediately.
Although there wasn't a goal there, I love the duo between Matt Cole and Johnny Pulaski. Their chemistry seems to be through the roof. They're having great through balls to each other. They're passing amazingly, and they're getting real great opportunities. This is what Holy Ghost needs to get back into the game.
Substitutions were on the field. Adrian Calderon coming back into the game, playing great in the first half, and now we'll get to see what he can do in the second half. Phoenixville will get the ball, start passing on to start there after the stoppage, as Phoenixville is moving through the field. About midfield now. So far, so good for them, as just passing back and forth through the air, as there was a blatant foul there on Phoenixville, pushed Mason Dien and just straight to the ground. I mean, Vincent, what did you see from your angle there? I mean, it looked clearly to be a blatant personal foul there.
Yeah, obviously it's blatant foul there. I mean, Phoenixville didn't think it was. I don't know what they're really thinking, but Holy Ghost will take it.
Play is coming back into session here. Looks to be Phoenixville's ball, as they'll get a nice corner kick from their goal post, and they can now try to do something and turn this game around for them to try to get a win here. 17 minutes 38 seconds left. Tie game 2-2 right now here at the Dwayne Athletics Center and the Holy Ghost Prep's home field here for varsity soccer. Vincent, so far this game, you know, you've seen just a lot of back and forth passing today. I mean,
Yeah.
it's almost like it's like a training day. You know, just passing, practicing their passes. What do you think on that?
I mean, it's been rough for each side. You know, they've had their ups and downs during the game, but a lot of the game's just been neutral. You know, in the middle section near midfield, it's just deflection after deflection. I mean, obviously the teams would love to be able to get a great opportunity, but it's just really difficult to find a path to really get through.
Totally agree with you there. As again, just passing, deflecting, kicking out of bounds, passing it back in. It's just rinse and repeat for these guys. So right now, Holy Ghost with it as they're on our opposing field. Now moving it up the field, slowly by slowly. Cole over to Salias. Salias trying to get something, not able to do much. As Phoenixville's able to kick the ball out, and now can try to move off with a 2-on-2 situation, as now more of Holy Ghost Prep is kind of coming back to play some more defense.
What a wonderful play there by Lawson. He literally just sprinted. He was on offense. He just sprinted all the way to Lopes there, and he just fully caught him off guard and got the ball away from him. Great play there.
Phoenixville at the opposing shot attempts up, no good. Blocked by Pollock.
Great save there.
As now it's going to be Holy Ghost ball, and there looks to be some substitutions coming onto the field for both Holy Ghost Prep and Phoenixville. Looks like Tommy Walsh coming back into the game. Again, another assistant captain for Holy Ghost Prep. They have 3 assistants and 1 head captain on the team, led by Brendan Lawson. I mean, Vincent, how do you feel? There's definitely, I'd say there'd be division of power. 3 assistant captains, 1 head captain. I mean, there has to be a little bit of tension there, I'd assume.
Yeah, I mean, all these players, just look at the names there. They are real leaders on and off the field. You can hear them at practice before the game, really telling the guys, yo, let's get going, let's start practicing, all the stuff that contributes to being a leader, and especially Lawson. Lawson plays great on the field, one of them, if not the best player on the team. And I hear him. I was over getting the rosters earlier. I just hear him constantly talking, trying to get people better. That's what you want to see in a leader, and that's really what he does well. And I think it's a well-deserved position.
Totally agree with you there. Here, Holy Ghost Prep now with the ball onto the defending side of the pitch. 14 left, trying to see what they can do. No goal attempt there. Ball's out of bounds, and it'll be Phoenixville yet again. I feel like every single play we have here, it's either going to be out or it's going to be a stoppage of play. I mean, Vincent, what do you think?
Yeah, this has been a pretty slow game, to be honest. Constantly deflections off each other, numerous throw-ins, so many at this point. But Holy Ghost has a corner here. Let's see if they can get any offensive pressure.
Holy Ghost Prep with a corner kick here by Lawson. Lawson's going to make attempt. No good. Off defending for Phoenixville is able to just kick that out of the way. So no goal attempt, no goal possibility there, as the ball is now getting kicked up really far into deep territory for Holy Ghost, as Phoenixville is going to let it go, and it'll be Holy Ghost ball.
The one thing I will say about Lawson this game is, he's taking the corner kicks on the left side of the pitch, and he needs to try and get the ball up a little higher, because when you're playing on soccer, when you're in the box there, the 6 trying to on a corner, you need the ball to be up to get a header, because you're not just going to get it on the ground, and that's the problem, because Phoenixville just intercepted the ball easily and they lost a good opportunity.
McMahon with another save here. He'll get another one there, as they'll be able to continue on. Ball's up, 3/4 spout to Holy Ghost Prep territory. Saved now, as Phoenixville is working their best they can to bring the ball back onto their opposing side to try to get into contention for a goal at the 6. Holy Ghost moving as best they can, as ball's up now, back onto the other side, as another block save by Pollock, and he is able to save the ball yet again. Another great save by him, as we do have a stoppage on the field, as we do have someone down on Phoenixville, so hopefully he's okay and he's not too injured.
Yeah, the one thing I will say, Pollock has played great, honestly, since he's came in. You have a little bit of rust coming in, especially in the second half. You haven't played since warm-ups, and he's been great so far. I mean, he's allowed the goal, but besides that, he's been really great for the Firebirds.
Stoppage of play here. Not much action right now. Someone is down, number 21 for Phoenixville.
That's going to be Jackson Armstrong, I think.
Yeah, Jackson Armstrong. Hopefully he's okay. never want to see, a guy down, especially when the players, at this level in their high school careers, varsity, it takes a real lot to get in. It's just always sad to see, someone go down. But he's back up, limping, looks like to be limping off the field, so it's good to see that he's back up and he's hasn't been down the whole time.
So at this point, there's only 12 minutes left in the game, and something needs to give the Firebirds. 2-2. They wouldn't really want it to go to another tie. They already have 2 on the season, so hopefully the Firebirds can maybe get good offense after this timeout here on the field.
Looks to be that possession should be starting soon again. Holy Ghost looks like to get the ball, as so far so good for them. Again, 12 minutes, 34 seconds left, 2-2 score. It's a tie game. One of these two teams, they're looking for a win, either Phoenix's first win of the season or Holy Ghost's third win for the season so far. Kicks up by Pollock, now back to Phoenixville. They're going to have a little bit of a chance to try to bring something in. A 2-on-3 situation here. Shot is up. Shot is saved yet again by Pollock, and he'll be able to, add that one to the bag there for another save by him. He'll be able to kick the ball up at the start and give Holy Ghost a potential chance to continue it up. Holy Ghost, ball is up, about midfield, headed off by Phoenixville, then by Holy Ghost, and it's now a 1-on-3 situation, yet another potential chance as he is able to go through the defenders, but Pollock's able to just collect it up, stop him from whatever he was trying to do. Ghost with the ball now, moving it through. Now they have an open chance to move up the field at the mid, passing it up, defended by Chris Harf there. He's going to kick it up high as Phoenixville's up there ready to kind of just try to do something there, but Phoenixville not being able to clearly find their own players after a pass there.
By watching this, you can tell both teams feel a bit of pressure to try and get something going. They don't really there's not that much time left. They obviously would love the win. Seems like both teams are trying to apply as much pressure and try and score a quick goal.
Looks to be Phoenixville ball now. Phoenixville passing it through player by player as Mason Deanna is able to just kick the ball out of bounds, give Holy Ghost, another potential chance to either defend or try to move to go into the offensive push here now. So far, Vincent, again, just looking at, the new goalkeeper they put in, Nathan Cole now, not playing. He played a great first half. And so how do you think, Pollock's been playing? First time I've seen him actually on the field for varsity. So how do you think he's doing so far?
Honestly, they both played amazing so far. And honestly, it's been almost like a seamless transition, yeah? They might have scored early in the half, but that happened to Nate Cole as well at the beginning of the game. So they pretty much almost copied each other and playing a great game, and yeah, I'd love to see him keep it up.
Yeah, it's difficult for me to say. I mean, I don't even know who Holy Ghost, player of the game would be. I mean, it could either be Pollock, it could be Nate Cole, it could be Brendan Lawson, Tommy Walsh with with the goal there. So it's just very difficult to say. I mean, right now my best is on Nathan Cole. I mean, that first half he played was just one of the best halves I've ever seen. Yeah,
especially during the first half, there were definitely a lot more shot attempts on Nathan Cole, and he gobbled up all those saves, and he just played a great game.
That's a ball attempt. That's the ball game. Has Holy Ghost Prep moving up the field. Number 27 pass over to Tommy Walsh there. Tommy just trying to get the ball out of his shot attempt again, up, no good, way too high there, as Phoenixville will get another save and another chance to potentially move that up.
Yeah, it's Jacob there again with another shot attempt, He had another shot attempt earlier that went way above the safety netting there. Seems like he maybe needs to get a little more control on the ball before he shoots it, because both of his shot attempts have gone way over the net.
Ball is back into play, still on Phoenixville's side. Phoenixville for the past couple minutes hasn't been able to move the ball out of their area, as Holy Ghost gets another chance to continue to push the ball up the field and try to get a goal out of that. I mean, the transition right now here, passing it, kicking it. A lot of easy defense calls as Mason Deanna goes down, back up, and back onto the play field. Shot again up. McMahon, yet another save. I mean, McMahon's doing such a great job right now on the defensive end for his team as a goalie. But I mean, Vincent. I think Jack's, even though Jack's seen less touches, I think he's just saved a little bit better. I mean, a lot more difficult shot attempts.
Yeah, not discrediting Meacham or anything. He's played a great game as well, but I don't know. I feel like Jack Pollock just had a few more high danger chances sent his way, and he's really delivered on getting some of those saves.
Ball is back in the play around midfield for Holy Ghost Prep, as Holy Ghost is now trying to move the ball, and yet again another out for Phoenixville, and Holy Ghost will now get possession yet again. Holy Ghost here with a broad opportunity, no good. Ball is out of bounds. It'll be Phoenixville's chance now after a couple of possessions for Holy Ghost.
Also, for like the past 20 minutes, the only pressure has been Holy Ghost. They've pretty much done everything. I mean, Phoenixville's had some shots here and there, but Holy Ghost has been delivering so much pressure to the Phoenixville defense. They seem a little sloppy right now.
Phoenixville now finally bringing the ball back to Holy Ghost's side here, as now there's a stoppage on the play. I mean, Phoenixville player just goes down and just sits there. I mean, Vincent, that seems like an easy job for him. I mean, just gets to just sit on the ground.
I mean, yeah, I think he kind of maybe fell there for a little bit for some acknowledgement from the referee, but the referee called it after everyone kind of started, getting a little aroused, but Holy Ghost can't really do anything about that.
Free kick attempt for Jack Illig. He'll be able to take that chance. Kick is up, and no one was able to get that on the head, as now the ball is down back to around midway to half, and then back as ball is out of bounds. It's going to be Holy Ghost Prep possession here. 6 minutes, 18 seconds left in the second half. 2-2 score. Tie game so far, so at the moment it looks like there's a chance for some overtime action here. So definitely excited to stick around and find out. But for now, we still got regular time here, as Phoenixville looks to get possession of the ball, as they're able to get it from the woods there. Phoenixville pass the ball up, and they're hoping to get it to the other side, and they weren't able to, as Holy Ghost is able to benefit from that, as they're moving it too. Ghost moving the ball up, trying to do a shot attempts up, no good. No shot was good for there, way too high, as Phoenixville now gets another attempt. I mean, Vincent, I could hear them from here. I mean, it just sounded like Tommy Walsh was, telling them that he was open for the ball, and they just couldn't find him.
I mean, he clearly was. I mean, John did get off a pretty nice shot. I mean, it definitely didn't go in, but I mean, it just shows from Tommy's really, I can tell from his voice tone that there's a lot of pressure right now, and he really wants to get a goal and win the game for Holy Ghost.
Ball's out of bounds. It's going to be for possession for Phoenixville, as we do now reach under 5 minutes now here in this soccer game. Phoenixville have yet another opportunity to attempt to continue through, as they'll get a free kick here. Ball is up around midfield. Holy Ghost is able to get the first touch on it after it lands, as they're going to try to move the ball up again, try to capitalize on that, as Phoenixville is passing it through, trying to get it onto the other side. No shot so far, as Holy Ghost is just trying their best to keep it, as ball's back up, headed by Aaron Roth, and back down, as now they're trying to capitalize on it. Tommy Walsh with it, trying to move, as ball's out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be Holy Ghost Prep's possession there. Passing the ball in looks to be Sean Fleming, as we do get some substitutions onto the field for both teams now, as Fleming passes it in to Matt Cole and immediately is deflected. Then back and headed from Ghost, as there's an offsides onto there, so stoppage of play.
Now it comes to the dire point of this game where, one wrong mistake and, the game could be over. And since we're still tied at this point, a lot of pressure on both sides. Especially for Phoenixville, they have not had a lot of pressure in the second half. So hopefully Holy Ghost can continue to play great defense and keep up the offensive pressure.
Ball is now back onto the field onto defending territory for Holy Ghost Prep, as they immediately try to capitalize it and bring the ball back to opposing sides, as now they're moving it through. Matt Cole, Tommy Walsh trying to get it through, as no attempt, defended, and now moving it through. Holy Ghost now able to get that off the defensive side. A little bit of a push there, nothing too bad, as Deanna is able to pass it over to Fleming, as Fleming's trying to keep the ball in play here now, going through. Ball still good, passing it over, heading now, trying to capitalize on it as McMahon gets yet another save. Wasn't a shot attempt, but it was a good attempt to save the ball there from potential goals. As McMahon puts the free kick up, not good. Now we're back to midfield, where I'd say most of the game's been played so far if you're just joining in now.
Yes, definitely.
Out of bounds for Holy Ghost Prep, as Phoenixville will get the possession of the ball. And we're going to get back into some play on action here in just a little bit. A little stoppage there, as Aaron Rouse able to kick the ball through, headed by Tommy Walsh, and now they're going to start moving on to the offensive, trying their best to move through the offensive here now, as just tight defense by Phoenixville and around midfield and around 3/4, into the real bits of the defending area. I mean, Vincent, seeing the defense so far, I'd say that right now Phoenixville is doing a great job trying to just deny another goal attempt for them.
Yeah, the Holy Ghost has been pouring so much offensive pressure that all they can really do is worry about playing great defense. They can't worry about trying to score that game-winning goal. They need to defend their half of the field, And as we enter the final minute, it's a close game. Anything can happen here. Even though Phoenixville has not had that much offensive pressure, they got a free kick here, and anything can happen.
Under a minute left, 45 seconds left. Still a tie game, 2-2, as Holy Ghost is now getting the opportunity to just push it up. They're putting the momentum as fast. They're putting their feet are going into the jets now. They look like they're sprinting, full force here now, as now Phoenixville is trying to get an opportunity. No good for them, as now it's just back to midfield. 20 seconds left. Whatever they're trying to do is I feel like they're trying to stall the game now, as long kicks up for Holy Ghost. Back onto the other things. Tommy Walsh tries to grab something, not able to grab anything. As now Tommy Walsh down to the defending, as Fleming grabs it. Kick is up, no good. 1 second left, and this is done for fully on the full time. As now we're gonna be going to overtime. So we'll see you back once we hit overtime.
Yeah, exciting game so far. We'll see what happens.
Welcome back to Holy Ghost Prep Soccer. We're here with 10 minutes now of overtime action here at the Dwayne Athletic Center. So far, we've seen two 40-minute halves. Holy Ghost Prep versus the Phoenixville Phantoms. It's now a score of 2-2. It's been that since the second half. So now we're going to get ready for 10 minutes of overtime for some exciting Holy Ghost Prep soccer action here. Nate Cole back in, one of the fan favorites from our commentary box for goalie. And of course, for Phoenixville is their good old McMahon. Been in the game whole time. Definitely could be a little fatigued right now. I'd say Vincent. He's played 80 minutes so far. They just had a 5-minute break, but now there's 10 minutes left. So fatigue could hit him.
Yeah, Nate Cole had 40 minutes to rest up and get ready for this. He didn't know it was coming, but now he is ready.
Phoenixville was able to get the ball to start it off, as they're rushing down the field to get to position to attack. As Holy Ghost is now to defend everything, they got every ounce. They're just getting pushed around. It's a contact sport, so that's something that happens. As we got a stoppage on the field, going to be Phoenixville ball at the moment. Back to a lot of these players, Vincent. They've played maybe 30 to 40 minutes so far. The equivalent of a half.
I'm gonna be honest. Some of these players played around 60 or 70 minutes right now. Brendan Lawson's been out almost the entirety of the game. Mason Deanna, Aaron Roth. These defenders are gonna be fatigued. So hopefully they can try and find some inner energy to push them through.
Phoenixville gets a side kick here after possession. Kick is up, saved by Nate Cole. Another amazing save by him. As now the ball is getting moved to midfield as Holy Ghost is trying to get some motion. Not able to. Kick by Phoenixville. Now moving through as Phoenixville is trying to do try to make something. It was a 2-on-1 situation as Holy Ghost is trying to defend, as ball is out of bounds and will retain possession to Holy Ghost, as Adrian Calderon on the field will be able to throw it in for Holy Ghost. Ball is up, kicked out, straight out of bounds by Holy Ghost. There'll be possession for Phoenixville at the moment. Ball is up. Ball is back on the field. Holy Ghost trying their best to get it past their half right now. Able to. Moving it down. Tommy Walsh now turning on to the attack. Not able to keep it, stopped on there. But now it's on the other action for it. Shot is up and no good by number 10, Jack Illig. His shot attempt is no good as Nate Cole is able to get back to the ball. Around 8 minutes left.
That may not have looked that threatening of an opportunity, but it really was. Jack Illing was one of the 5 guys there. There are 4 Holy Ghost defenders there, and they're all in line. And Jack was the only one there, and he could have, if he got off and got a better sprint, maybe he could have had wide open one-on-one with Nate Cole, which could have been pretty bad for the Firebirds.
Ball's back off possession after the kick by Nate Cole. It'll be Holy Ghost ball back onto the defending side for Phoenixville. So back to enemy territory here as Holy Ghost is trying to do whatever they can, right now to get a goal in. Shot is up. Shot is no good at the looks of it for Holy Ghost. It looked like it was out of bounds, so no goal for them. To me, honestly, Vincent, now it looked like it went in. At some point when I heard the claps from other people, I thought that goal went in, but clearly it didn't.
From our angle, and especially when it hits the net or like the back of the net, it looks like it goes in sometimes. So could have been exciting, but no, still tied.
Phoenixville on the charge now. 1-on-2 situation as ball goes out of bounds, and 6 minutes 40 seconds left in the game right now as Holy Ghost is going to get possession yet again. They have another opportunity to push the ball onto the enemy field and try to get through for a goal, but yet again another out of bounds. Holy Ghost back with the ball. It's just back and forth out of bounds right now, Vincent.
Yes, definitely. And if this keeps happening and eating away time, this game could end in tie. For the viewers who don't know, we go through 2 periods of overtime, 10 minutes each, and if no one is able to prevail and score, then it's going to be a tie. And the other team really would like a tie. They'd probably rather get the win, but we'll see what happens here.
Phoenixville with the opportunity now to push ball up the field. as each one of their passes is connecting to another one of their players, as ball is now out of bounds and will be for Phoenixville, as now there's a substitution coming in onto the field for Phoenix. They'll get some subs in. Holy Ghost not putting a sub in as of the moment. 5 minutes 37 seconds left in the third period of this soccer game here at the Firebird Twain Athletic Center, as Holy Ghost is putting on a tight defense now on Phoenixville. Phoenixville kind of is able to be moving around, as yet another out of bounds here for Holy Ghost as Phoenixville gets the ball. Pass is in for Phoenix. They'll get the ball, moving it through into enemy territory still. Ball is up. Shot is no good. Nate Cole gets yet another save for Holy Ghost Prep. Yet another one.
You know what? You don't traditionally see slide tackles like that out of goal. You know, Nate Cole's just playing out of his mind right now.
It's yet another ticket for him for a player of the day, I'd say.
I think at this point you got to give it to him. Unless something crazy happens on offense or something unbelievable, maybe a game winner, I think it has to go to Nate Cole.
I mean, this year, first home game for Holy Ghost Prep, first time that they're, defending their home turf. I think, we'll be seeing a lot of different player of the games, for both teams.
Yeah,
definitely.
Especially throughout the season. I don't want to discredit Jack Pollock at all, because he played wonderful when he was in as well. So, maybe he could be a real great contribution to this team.
Off the missed attempt by Holy Ghost Prep, now they're trying to defend and put onto the offense, while Phoenixville with tight defense onto the field right now, as Adrian Calderon just moving past defenders, taking each one down left and right, as you can see, and passing it over to his teammates now. They're just trying to get a goal in there. They want to get this game done. 3 minutes left, 3 minutes 40 left actually. It's just a lot of time, so they still have plenty of opportunity to try to get some sort of a goal out, as the defense by Phoenixville goes through, and we're back onto about the midfield of the pitch. Again, Holy Ghost with ball, passing it over, getting it through, as now they get a little bit of an opportunity, no good, as it looked like Jack Pollock just lost the momentum of the ball there, as McMahon was able to grab it yet again for another defense catch. Ball is through. Now back to Phoenixville. Phoenixville moving through the ball. Every second chance they get, they're moving it through. Lawson for Holy Ghost is just able to defend, one of the greater defenders, on the time, as goal attempt by Phoenixville number 7 is no good. Davey Sampaio could not get a goal. Not right now.
Yeah, definitely wide there. Nate Cole didn't even really react to it. He kind of just let it go by because he knew it wasn't going in. Great confidence out of Cole.
Nate Cole get another opportunity for a far kick by him. See what he's able to do, as getting down to the wire. 2 minutes 30 seconds left in this third period. Kick is up a little bit low, but able for them to get it, but it's out of bounds for Holy Ghost, as Phoenixville will get possession of this.
I will say, so far through this overtime, Phoenixville has had more of the offensive opportunities rather than Holy Ghost, but still it's been a pretty neutral game. A lot of the repetition that we've seen throughout the game of in and out and stoppages in play.
Holy Ghost with possession at the moment. Jack Pollock moving it down, seeing what he can do, putting a little bit of his footwork magic that he has into there, as ball's out of bounds and will be Holy Ghost possession yet again. Another guy down on the field for Phoenix, so they're just going down one by one. So hopefully he's all right and he's not too injured right there.
At this point it's been a pretty scrappy game. Multiple guys gone down for Phoenix, so one might have gone down for Holy Ghost at one point. I can't remember certainly, but it's a rough game out there. You can see by the fouls. There's been a plethora of fouls called today, so hopefully he's looking pretty good though.
Off that side corner kick, there looked to potentially be some sort of foul there, so they get another chance at the corner kick for Holy Ghost Prep.
Yeah,
Yet another chance. That's a lot. That's luck. I would say, Vincent.
Yeah.
Normally you don't get that second chance there to do something.
Yeah, what I think happened was there was a fail or like some kind of thing happened right before.
Or there was a potential for a goal
Yeah.
there, but it hit the crossbar, as Vincent was saying. But 38 seconds left right now. Now here comes the Jets for Phoenixville, rushing it through, and no good for their chance to try to get something. 28 now left, under half a minute. Phoenixville has to do something now to see what they can do.
Yeah, I don't even know I can't even remember what I was saying. That was an insane opportunity by Holy Ghost right off the top of the crossbar. That could have been great for them, as there's only a couple of seconds left in the first overtime period. So
ball is up and ball is back out. Phoenixville yet again gets another chance. Only 5 seconds left remaining. They have to just do something. I mean, they could do anything as time expires, and it's still 2-2 as we go potentially into a second overtime now. Welcome back, everyone, to the Dwayne Athletic Complex here at Holy Ghost Prep as we get prepared for the fourth period, second overtime for this game. Holy Ghost Prep playing against the Phoenixville Phantoms. 2-2 score. 10 minutes left on the second overtime. This is it, Vincent. Last period they have to try to for one of these teams to win. If not, it's going to end in result in a tie.
yeah, I mean, obviously teams want to get the win, and Holy Ghost played terrific. Honestly, they probably should have had like 1 or 2 goals in that first overtime, which could have sealed the deal. But hopefully they can come out with that flair they had and maybe win this one.
Yeah. So far now, Holy Ghost now gets the opportunity to start the quarter off, or the period off. I mean, it's so many different ones. I'm starting to forget.
Yeah.
But they'll get to start it off. They've swapped goals again. So back to what it was in the beginning of the second half, as Holy Ghost kicks it off. Header's going up, as Holy Ghost now taking the initiative off the start and moving it down the field now, as we got a first out of bounds of the period. On Holy Ghost, and Phoenixville will get possession now. Every moment now counts. This is about it. This is all they got. So now I feel like both teams, Vincent, they're just gonna push absolute 100% hardest. I mean, they got McMahon at goalie. We have Nate Cole. So yeah. I think very, very solid people.
Yeah, definitely. As you said earlier, they're gonna try and push. I mean, it's gonna be hard at this point in the game. This stage. Everyone's played a substantial amount of time, so they're going to have to find something to get them to keep going and maybe try and get the win.
Ball's back in the play for Phoenixville. Phoenixville now moving it down the pitch. I mean, they're moving it through, trying to get through defenders, as Holy Ghost is able to defend most of the attacks that they're trying to push onto them, as Phoenixville is just able to connect each and every one of their passes mainly to their own teammates and not to anyone else, as Nate Cole gets the ball and he'll be able to kick it off or pass it off as he punts it into the air past half pitch, now onto the ground, headed off, as McMahon gets his attempt now to do it, and he'll be able to kick it off back for him. Ball is about to be up by McMahon. He'll punt it through. Low punt, as goes straight to a Holy Ghost prep player there, Tommy Walsh and Jack Walsh, brothers here, trying to move to see what they can do, as there's a blatant personal foul on Jack Walsh for holding in a definite push there.
Yeah, it was definitely a push. I could definitely see how Jack Walsh was a little aggravated there. He was definitely being blocked off by his defender from getting the ball. Just like he kind of just reacted immediately there to cause foul.
Ball's out of bounds. Phoenixville gets it, as they will start trying to make their push up, as ball is out of bounds. He was trying to keep it in, no good for him, as Holy Ghost now gets back to their possession and their attempts to move around. Holy Ghost not being able to really do much right now, as ball is just standing up and down the field. A lot of headers there from Phoenixville and Ghost. Ball's moving through the field in favor of Holy Ghost, as they're able to try to move through, as Mason the Ender tries to move a kick into the enemy territory, not able to go, as Nate Cole gets the ball to pick it up yet again. Punts up past half field, as ball's trying to move. Jack Wall is trying to see what he can do. Maybe the sun was in his eyes, but able to push is Holy Ghost, moving through as hard as they can. 6 minutes 49 seconds remaining in this last period, as Holy Ghost is now in the able to start trying to real push, as Holy Ghost is not able to connect onto that, and Phoenixville kicks the ball out of bounds. Holy Ghost possession.
Yeah, great play there by Vincent Zamparelli. Kind of just drifted around all the defenders and all the bodies congested in there. Almost got a nice shot off, but oh, looks like Tommy Walsh gets a kick straight to the face. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, that's not something you like to see or want to even feel. I mean, Tommy looks like to be a little bit argued with the refs right there. I mean, ref could clearly see that kick from Phoenixville. I mean, Vincent, I couldn't see how that's not a foul call.
Yeah, you could even hear the kick hit his face. I'm not sure he's still in the game. What a trooper, but yeah, it probably should have been a call there.
Substitution on the field. Jack Walsh goes out of the game, as ball's up. Matt Cole's back in the game, as he's moving through and trying to see what he can do, as there's now a stoppage on the field.
I think that's offside, I think.
It looks to be an offsides penalty, as Holy Ghost will get the ball now back, and an easy kick for them. Androff with the kick, past midfield, header by Phoenixville, as players tumbled on the ground, as Phoenixville is now trying to move their way onto the opposing field. 5 minutes flat remaining in this soccer game. Phoenixville moving up and down the field, as they're trying to get an opportunity. Shot is up, no good, out of bounds. Holy Ghost prep ball.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot scrappier as the games go on, with Tommy Walsh. And even Matt Cole did push a guy down after a header, Each team's trying to win, and Holy Ghost has had a lot of pressure, which I think has flared up the temper of Phoenixville, which makes us very scrappy.
Ball's back in the play. Shot is up, and it's good for Phoenixville. They'll get another goal for them, as it looks like Nate Cole is going to argue with the refs right now. 4 minutes, 31 seconds left. Phoenixville will take the lead 3-2. And it looks like to be a timeout. or looks to be game, maybe?
It looks like we're gonna play golden goal here, and the game's gonna be over. I don't think Holy Ghost likes the call. I think it happened so fast. I don't really know what happened, but looks like the game winner is gonna be from Jack Illig, the captain of Phoenixville Phantoms.
It's an amazing soccer game. I mean, both teams played very good soccer. You could even still see, coach is a little flared up. I think tensions are a little high right now off of that goal. Looked to be that could have been an offsides for Phoenixville as the goal happened.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like Nate Cole even still was being held back by the assistant coach to not be screaming at the referee. I mean, it's a shame. It was a fabulous game to watch. It's unfortunate that it did not come the way of Holy Ghost Prep, but they played really well.
This soccer game is officially over now. As it was a great game. Phoenixville, of course, won. Holy Ghost Prep couldn't see what they could do, but I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Today for this game. I mean, tune back in next week on the 8th of September. Same with the 10th. We'll be back here at home broadcasting number 2 varsity soccer games for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for next time.